Okay, so today we are going to learn about class. What is a class? So class is basically is something which encapsulates the implementation of our code. So basically it defines a new data type and it can be used to create a new object. Like for example, we have different data types. Like we have data types integer, float, double, string. These are the different data types. In similar fashion, we can define our own data type that is like a template of different combinations of data types in a form of class. So that is a class. So class is basically it's a template of new data type and we can create different objects of that template. Okay, we can create different objects of that template. I'll explain this you with an example. Like for example, let's open intelliJ. I'll create a new class over here, new Java class. I'm creating a class named as box. Okay, now this is a class. This is a simple class. Let's remove the access modifier. We'll just talk about a simple class. Class box. So this is a template. Now I'll just create the template. Now a box. A box can contain width, height, and depth. So I'll take width as the data type double. It can be of double data type. Width, double. We have height of a box, double. We have depth of a data of a box, right? So these are the three different variables I have defined of data type double, double, double. And the box in itself is like a new data type, which we have defined with the combination of this three data type. So we have declared a simple class. A class can have variables, it can have methods. Now these variables and methods, whatever we define inside the class, they are called members of the class. Now, how do we access these variables? Well, I'll create one more class. I'll show you how to use this class and the variables inside this class. So for this, I'll create one new class. How do we create a class? We simply write class and we write the class name. For example, I'll just label this class name as box demo. Box demo. Curly braces, enter. Okay. Now we will to use this class, we need to instantiate this class because right now it is just a template. We have to use this, we have to create an object of it. Object is nothing but we are just instantiating the class. How do we instantiate it? We'll write the class name. The class name is box. We are instantiating the class box. So box space will label it anything, like for example I'm creating an object named as my box, right? My box equal to new box round brackets and semicolon. So this is how we have created the object of this class. So object for one class, we can see here one class can have different objects, and now each of these objects they will form their own instantiation. So they will have their own set of these variables, whatever is there in the class. For example, here we can see that we have width, height, depth. So now this my box will have its own set of width, height, depth. If I'm creating one more object, box, my box 2 equal to new box semicolon, enter. So here we have created another object. Like this, we can create n number of objects of the class. So this particular object will have its own set of these variables, and this particular object will have its own set of these variables. So they basically have their unique They are unique from each other. Okay. Now, how do we access these variables of the class? We will use the dot operator for it. For example, I'll write my box dot width equal to 10 semicolon. So here we have written that my box dot width equal to 10. I'm assigning a value to this particular variable. Okay, so here we are going to assign the value to this. Okay, I forgot one thing. This, whatever this part of the code is there, we have to write it in the public static void main. Because whenever we execute any Java code, we will need the main pointer from where the execution will start. Remember one thing, that it is not mandatory that every class will have a main method. But yes, for the execution of whatever the demo I am showing it to you, we need a main method because that's how the execution will start. So actually this part of the code should have been written on public static void main string arguments curly braces enter. We'll write this part of code inside this. I have already explained you about this public static void main. Now here we can see, so we have basically in main method, we have instantiated this object. We have created my box 2, and now I have assigned this variable. Now it is not showing the red mark because earlier it was outside the main method. That is what it was showing. Now my box dot width equal to 10. We have assigned the value. Then we can assign my box dot height equal to 20. My box dot depth equal to 50. So like this, we can assign different values. So now basically I have assigned value to this particular object. Similarly, we can have assign value to this set also. Okay, so each of these are going to be what? Separate set. These are unique from each other, but the template is same. So that's how we use a class. And then whatever we want to write, we can write here sout that is system.out.println. Here we can display the value. Like for example, my box width is, so here this will be displayed as is, that is my box width is, plus we are using it to concatenate it with what we want to display. So here we are going to display my box dot width, whatever we want to display, we can display here. Now while execute, now I'll just execute and check the result. Now wherever we are executing this, so of course we will execute this box demo class because that is the one which is containing the main method, and it will execute and will show you the result. So here it is showing my box width is 10. Okay, so this is how we access the members of the class using dot operator, whatever we want to use like methods or whatever that we can use with the dot operator. So we have understood the basic concept of class. So class is basically, it's like a template. We create objects of this. Object is the real, you can say the real with value with the data, and they are unique from each other. Okay, and we can access the variables, methods, or the members of the class using dot operator. Thank you.